Welcome to Montessori Matters with Blessing Fort-Ike. In this video, I discuss ways to encourage creativity in children. Creativity involves the use of one's imagination and idea to come up with something of value. It can be a physical invention, it can be a piece of artwork, it can be providing a solution for a problem or improving on the solution of a problem or improving on an invention. This is creativity. I've heard people say that I'm not just the creative type, so I have to mention this because you can pass it on to your children. Creativity can be nurtured. Creativity can be developed. There's no one that is born creative or not creative. So there's no child that is born creative or not creative. All you need is just exposure and practice. That is creativity. So all children can be creative. I want to align some ways that we can do, or I should recommend some ways that you can encourage creativity in your child. The first thing I would say is that allow children to express themselves freely. When children express themselves, don't tease them, don't shout on them, don't laugh at them, don't shut them down. Allow them to express themselves. If you are not comfortable with their expression, either their artwork or the words they say, you can channel it rightly. Let me give you an example. A child make a statement that you don't like. What we do, instead of shouting, don't say that again, or shut up your mouth. What you do, you can say, I don't quite understand what you mean by that. Can you please explain yourself? Sometimes you'll be amazed at what the explanation will be. If the explanation is still wrong, you can now rephrase it. You can now tell them how they can express themselves. Or let's say it's a piece of artwork or it's a piece of drawing. You can say, oh, can you please tell me, this your drawing looks really interesting, but I don't understand it. Can you tell me about your painting? Can you tell me about your drawing? Can you tell me about your work? By so doing, the child will be encouraged to express himself through words or action. Another thing I will recommend is that don't label children, either positive or negative. Labeling can dwindle the creativity of a child. What do I mean? Telling a child, oh, you are so smart, you are so dull. You are trying to label the child. So for the negative one, you know of sure, the child will just feel, I'm done, so I don't have to try. Why for the positive one, oh, you are smart, you are very good at math, you are very good at this. The child will say, oh, the child will just focus on the one that he is good at. So it is, you say a child is very good at math and language, I will say, oh, let me just focus on my language and math so that I can always get the praise from my mom or from my teacher. And they will ignore the creative subjects. So what you do, you let them know that, oh, you can just say, I love the way you took your time to break down this sentence. You took your time to solve this math problem. That is how you should do in all your courses or in everything you do. Make sure you take your time, you concentrate, you do it meticulously. By so doing, you are encouraging the child to put effort in everything he or she does or he or she is doing. Another thing I would say is that let them know that mistakes are inevitable, and that's true. So not sometimes, not always. Sometimes mistakes are inevitable, and that's true in life. Sometimes, no matter what you do, you cannot avoid mistakes. So, however, let them know that mistakes should be corrected, not ignored. So, when children know that when they make mistakes, they are not going to be judged, they are not going to be penalized, they will be so eager to try, they'll be so eager to do new things. By so doing, you are encouraging creativity. If a child knows that the environment in which I am, when I make mistakes, I'm not going to be judged, I will be corrected, the child will not be afraid to try new things, the child will not be afraid to make mistakes. So that is what we ought to do as parents, as educators. let's create an environment that will encourage children, that will boost the confidence of children to try out new things, and that will boost their confidence to do things, to try, that they are not afraid of making mistakes. Another thing I would say is that give them activities that were exposed. That I should say, expose them to a lot and lots of activities. Like I said before, I said creativity can be nurtured, and it's through exposure. So when they are exposed to different activities, different environment, different culture, different people, their creativity is ignited. Let me give you another point. Give them freedom and independence. Allow children to use their imagination. Allow children to plan their own activities sometimes. Let them plan it, let them carry it out. But what you need to do is to give them the resources. So when you give children the freedom to express themselves, they will make use of their imagination and our valuable resources to create things that are awesome, that you'll be so amazed of. So giving them the right environment, allowing them to express themselves freely, giving them independence will put their creativity at the peak. And I know we all want that for our children. Another thing I must say is that nurture their passion. It's very important. Their passion, their interest, help them to nurture it. Create the right environment, give them the resources, connect them with people that will help them nurture that passion. But I must warn you, their interest, their passion might change from time to time. Don't be discouraged. It's still in the line of exposing them to various activities. No, don't just say, you have started again. You said you wanted ballet. I've enrolled you in ballet class. I've bought ballet things. Now you are saying it's a guitar. Yes, get it for him or her, because that's why I'm pre-informing you that their interest might change with time because of their age. So they might be passionate concerning some certain things in some certain age bracket, but after that age bracket they are not. But what you need to do is to create an environment to nurture their passion, their interest per time. And I must say this, if I don't say it, I would like it. I must say that reduce screen time. If you want your children to be active, to be creative, to use their imagination, you ought to reduce screen time. Instead of much screen time, give them activities, physical activities that they can do with their hand, that they can manipulate, they can create. Because sometimes the screen that they are taking is somebody's creativity. So what they are doing, they are just soaking it in. So, but when they create things, they are bringing their own idea. Sometimes the screen might not be able to really interact with them. The screen is just giving them input. The screen cannot take from there. They cannot give their own input to the screen. That's why I would say reduce screen time. And if you must do screen, it should be something educative, something that will add value to them. So I will say this. I will say that encouraging creativity in children will raise up children, will raise leaders that are not afraid to try new things, that are not afraid to take risks. They want to take risks, and by so doing, but I must say calculated risks, and by so doing, they will produce things that are of value to our society, that we will be proud of. So, all children are creative. What you just need, or what they need, is the right environment and resources to boost their creativity. I believe you have gotten value from this video. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and share with your contact to be well appreciated. Thank you, and I will see you in the next video.